morning, people. This is the third time. How do you do 3? Dennis, how do you do 3? Third time, Dennis, Shock, behind the camera. Nice enough to run around with me. I'm sorry, I'm squinting, but this is Los Angeles, there's sun. Third time, we're at Boutique Amp Distribution in
Huntington Park.
Huntington Park. I'm confused because there's an old yellow Beetle driving up. Film the yellow Beetle. That's kind of cool. Okay, moving on. And you ask yourself, why do you do boutique amp distribution again? We've seen it all. You've seen shit. Because they completely revamped their production. Everything is structured so that the workflow is much better. Before they had to go through warehouses with chassis and cabs to get things. Now it's actually logical, more cramped together. People have to work really closely. No, they don't. So we're gonna start where things start. You cannot actually start unless you have something to put an amp in, which means we need a chassis and a cab and all that stuff, which is happening here. Hopefully the camera will go and adjust. So that wood shop used to spread out quite a bit more, and now it's much more localized. It's easier to move around. What we have here are the samples, so that for every product they make, we have a brown eye, butter slacks, pink taco, all the cabs, dirty Shirley, extension cab. For everything they make, there's a sample so they can go and, I don't know, take measurements or compare, contrast and compare. It's a good idea. This right here, this is gonna be an 815 cab for the bass player on the go. It's gonna be very, very interesting. You could also live in it. That's also something you can do. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 15s. It's gonna be a massive, massive speaker. Easy to carry around. I don't know what that's for. So here they make, well, all the wooden enclosures. There's the humongoid CNC, because imagine you have to cut things for a 412. They have these humongous sheets of wood and they cut out everything on this gigantic saw. Now Dennis just told me that technically you look at this and you think, oh my God, they can pump out a whole bunch of shit. Well, everything is still done by hand. Obviously the saw is cutting out and so on, but this is all done by hand, by people. So he said, we're looking at 20, maybe 22 cabs or enclosures a day. That's not a massive amount. And when you ask yourself, well, why is an amp from Morgan, Tone King, Friedman rather on the expensive side? Well, done by hand, good material, and yeah, we have, I count 1, 2, 3, I think maybe 4 people working in a department all day to crank out 22 chassis. You know, they need to be paid. So this is very, very nice work. I like working with wood, not what you think. And I would actually really like to do this. Now they put in dividing walls, so probably dust and stuff doesn't get into the other departments because they're much closer together now. You don't want all this dust to go into the engineering department because that's a bad idea. And compared to the last 2 times I was here, it's a lot easier to move around and just a much more efficient workflow. Moving on to... That looks dangerous. Crazy saw things. So next step would be taking the cabs or chassis, let's not go there because they're gonna kill us, and getting them, because it's rock and roll, according to Dave, everything needs to be black. So before the Tolex comes on the outside to give it color and shape and shine and all that, they're painting them from the inside. It's not necessary, but they're doing it anyway. Because apparently black is rock and roll. So that is happening right here in big enclosure things. We don't want to go there because we'll get all black. And we don't want black on this. So painting the chassis, then it goes to the work that Dennis and I agree we don't want to do, which is putting Tolex on. I don't even know how they cut it so precisely and make it seamless. And this would be the work that I really wouldn't want to do. And that's what these very nice ladies here are doing. This is pre-cut, neat, and it all gets glued on with a lot of precision. And of course here, there are so many different kinds of Tolexes. The Morgan amps have their very specific, I'm gonna say driftwood.
That's correct.
That driftwood and gray wood.
No, twilight.
Twilight. This is what my AC20 Deluxe has, and I love it. It's just a little bit of a different twist on the Tolex. So you have to have these. And then the piping, they're also doing the piping here? Yes, okay. And then of course, even I think amongst Friedman, there's different Tolexes on amps. Then you have we're gonna look at the stack. There's then of course the grilling. They're doing barbecuing here. So funny. So how many cabs and head shells can they do here a day? I mean, technically, if they can only make 20 to 22 in the wood shop, then they don't have anything more to work with, right?
Yeah, and glue has to dry. I think that's a lot of steps they got to do on one. So most of the time, I think they start with the work that's not finished from yesterday.
Okay. So here we have a collection of Tolex. Oh, that's interesting. That's the beautiful turquoise green grill from the Tone Kings, like my Sky King. My Sky King! I don't know if it's my Sky King yet. We still have to haggle over that. And here we have that beautiful Sky King, or the Imperial Mark II, is it that? Yeah. It's interesting because it is not a seafoam green. It has more turquoise in it. Seafoam green is a little bit...
It's actually called turquoise.
It's just turquoise, okay? What? Because it's not seafoam green, it doesn't match my seafoam green guitars. I mean, kinda, but not really. I really need a guitar to perfectly match that. That's the goal. Don't care what it sounds like, but just want a guitar that matches. And so obviously here, they work in batches. Doesn't make sense to make one chassis for Tone King and then more Friedman. So they probably, put the thing on and then I see purple Tolex. It's like a kid in a candy store. Here. Oh, okay, that's a whole other department that needs to be done. Metal grill. Oh God, that's heavy. That's got quite a bit of weight to it. Metal grills for the back of the amps, right? They need to be cut. They need to be assembled. Gotta be careful because they're pretty sharp on the edge because they don't need to be sanded down. They're in the back of the amp. You're never going to touch that, hopefully. But someone needs to do that, and it needs to be assembled. I think we don't quite understand how many steps go into something like this. So once the ladies put on the Tolex, the chassis go here. And then they're waiting. I really hope that the wireless is working that far because it usually doesn't. And here they're waiting to be filled with the electronics, which is happening over here. Look, there's the front parts, which are also have beautifully been grilled. That's a lot of, and everything is done in-house. There's no third party anyone, which is why this is such an effective place. And it wouldn't make a lot of sense to do this for one brand, because you wouldn't have all these people hired for one brand. You wouldn't have this facility for one brand. It makes sense and can be done to that level of perfection and with this process, because in one house, they're building right now Tone King, Morgan, Friedman. Still funny. In terms of amps, what else do we have? That's it right now, right?
So there's also parts we do for diesel.
You do the diesel cabs, right,
yeah,
for the
all
US?
The woodwork,
yeah.
Because it would be just too expensive to ship them over. We just finished the contract with Soldano. So actually that is what a contract manufacturer does.
Yep,
we team up with those guys and...
So soon, at some point, we're going to see Soldano grills here, which is going to be interesting. Look at the whitehead! So here, I mean, look at all these different parts you need. There's, for every head and combo and all these different wooden parts that you need, they have a little bit of a stack, which is an organized way of doing it. So you know you're working on a Morgan, I don't know what that's for, something, and there's driftwood and nightshade, nightwire, live, Night Rider, what?
Twilight,
that's what I'm saying, right here. And of course, they made it hard for themselves because the Sky King comes in 4 different colors.
Every Tone King is available in 4 different colors.
Yeah, that doesn't make it easier for these people.
Apart from custom shops things, so you always can order a purple one if you like.
Great. So you have the brown, which I call the Mr. Henke signature. It's brown and it's nice. I of course love this. And then we have black and beige or cream. And apparently red might be a limited run, who knows? So this is there's a red one. Wow, what's going on with that, Dennis?
Custom order.
Custom order.
And with custom order, we could also do stuff. Sorry. I don't know if the camera is getting this. This is a wood panel.
Oh yeah, that is insane. It is so pretty that it actually looks like a photo finish. But Dennis is saying it's not. This is actual...
Touch it, it's wood.
Touch it, it's wood. You perv. But is that actually maple and then this is inlaid with a different kind of wood?
I don't know shit. I don't know.
Because how is this done? That
all I know it's amazing. I don't know. Maybe UV printed the stuff on the wood because we have UV printers that can print on any straight surface.
Yeah, that is extremely sexy. That probably does cost quite a bit of upgrade.
I think $100.
Yeah, if you buy an Imperial Mark II, which isn't inexpensive to begin with, and you really want the ultra porn, spend $100 more. I just went into rhythm. Can you hear it? This is a killer amp. It doesn't even have a speaker in it yet. And look, here's Jeff. Jeff just gave Dennis the finger and runs away. You was. Moving on. Come on, moving on. There's Avi. He's the head honcho of the whole place. Cleaning up. I love it when the CEO, is he officially the CEO? Is it the
owner?
word? He's the boss man. He comes to work, he didn't grab coffee, he didn't grab some secretary's ass, which is what I would do every single day and get sued. No, he gets on the freaking forklift and cleans up. I like that. He can come to my place and clean up. I got shit lying around. Imperial head. Because we all love to get some head. Oh, God.
This is turning...
Did I really have to make that joke? I don't know. Yeah, but sexy AF. Jeff, are you Instagramming?
Helping you.
Apparently Jeff is helping me. Okay, Avi's gonna run us over.
You're interrupting my forklifting.
Say that again, what?
You're interrupting my forklifting.
I just talked about you, the boss, forklifting. I think this is the best thing ever.
I'm just doing it to impress you.
So you never do that, actually.
I'm in a beautiful small
Yeah, okay, he's just putting on a show.
It's the only time I pretend to work.
Yeah, he's just putting on a freaking show for us. We have to... What? Is this forklift central here? If you're in the LA area and you want to drive a forklift, this is where it's done. This is forklift racing.
Only $10 an hour.
$10 an hour to drive a forklift at Boutique. So, we're now going, do you see this whole section there? They build rooms inside this huge room, and that's engineering. So I think we'll go to Peter next, huh? Is that a good idea? Jeff is following me with his phone. Something. Oh, that's a good picture. And there aren't any of me usually. So we enter the sanctum. At Boutique Amp Distribution. Why is it distribution? It's Boutique Amp making. I have a new cameraman, yes. They don't have tables, they just have 412s. I mean, decadent, but awesome. So here we have Peter.
Hey guys.
Peter Le Arendt, as they say in France.
Laurence.
Laurence. You've been here for a little bit over a year, right?
Yeah, pretty much 1.5 years.
Things have changed around here.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the better. We just did the
I
whole.
hope so.
We just did the whole tour. I mean, it's German efficiency.
Well, it's not everything is related to me, but at least some of it.
Some of it. Well, it does look more efficient and
Thank
a
you.
little bit less chaotic.
Yeah.
And
We're getting there.
I'm
it's
sure
a
everyone's
long-
happy
it's a long
about it.
process.
I mean,
guess.
people doing all the jobs. I mean, it's more fun to just know where shit is.
Absolutely. And I mean, what are we doing? We're dealing with fun stuff, right? So, I mean, that's pretty much how it
You're
should
still
be.
smiling. A
Oh,
year and
man,
a half
I'm
in,
a
you're
good-
still smiling.
I'm in a good spot in my life, I tell you.
Yeah, that's good. I'm really happy for you. So this is where you work. I saw Abi sitting there yesterday doing some designs because Abi apparently has his
Right.
fingers in everything.
I figure it is a temporary solution, to be honest. And we're going to figure that out by the time.
Having the boss in the same room is never a good idea.
Well, it's not about being him the boss. It's more or less that I think it's somehow interrupting when I'm doing my stuff and he's, there's some tension in between. So once in a
No,
while.
you don't want that. So well,
I prepared some stuff. So.
I was just gonna say because you prepared some stuff because there's people coming, so we get out so people can come. But we look at some stuff. Soldano is the new thing here. So now you have to figure out how to get the Soldano models into the production line, right?
Right. Into the production line, and also we're doing a reissue because some of the parts are not available anymore, especially the output transformer, which was a big deal. So that's the challenge for now, to make an appropriate or a real good reissue which fits in that line, in the legacy of.
That'll be interesting because I have an old Soldano, an amp that will never leave my rack.
Which one is it?
Hot Rod 50.
Oh, right.
But it's been modified. It has a clean channel and I think a parallel effects loop. But I think that all the other stuff is untouched. So it would be interesting. I mean, do you think I'd be able to hear a difference between the output transformer? I mean, given that you know me, okay?
Depending if you adjust the circuit or not. So it's not just about exchanging the output transformer. If you just swap that one, you probably be able to hear a difference. Yeah.
Really? I don't even know what an output transformer is.
We don't want to get into the details, believe me.
When you start talking like fiddly bits and filaments and
Yeah,
transistors.
I know. It's
you
nerdy
know,
stuff. It's nerdy stuff.
you know, I go like this, right?
As long as you don't go like that.
I do that too.
Yeah.
Who doesn't? Every time you see a Soldano, it's a sexy thing, right? I mean, did
It's
you?
got that 80s vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, where we come, I mean, suppose, where is it? Yeah.
Would
yeah,
you have
totally.
thought that you ever working with Mike Soldano on like reissuing his amps?
When I was a young guitarist, I was standing in front of those and I was thinking, holy shit, I never can afford that. So to work with him today I mean, what can I say?
Yeah,
It's amazing.
For me, it was always a dream. I mean, look at the Vi. Everyone had these. It was always a dream to own one. And when I got mine on eBay, I got it for €560.
Well,
it was
those times are over.
It was a good day, and I got it in.
Foot switch, maybe.
No,
Foot
no.
switch for 560.
Well, it had been modified. So the guy said, well, it has some holes in the chassis and it has a clean channel, but it doesn't sound like a Fender. It sounds phenomenal. It doesn't have to sound like a Fender. And der hat den matisch gemacht, as we say in German. He just didn't talk it up right. So no one bid on it. And I got it for $560. And no one's ever taken that away from me because I have a 2-channel Soldano.
Right.
So yeah, I'm curious to see where these go. And also what you're gonna do with it, because
And what we come up with in the
Yeah,
future, because
exactly.
there are some things in the pipeline.
and it's not like you guys bought the brand and that's it and Mike's out. Mike is still involved.
No, Mike is involved. He's consulting us, and he's gonna approve the stuff we're doing. So
His name is on it.
He is involved totally. Yeah. He's a
Because-
great guy. I mean, and we're getting along pretty good. So I really look forward to work with him and team up with him. I mean,
That's
as I
gonna be
said,
cool.
it's
Yeah,
amazing.
I'm excited about this. And then we've got some synergy here. Obviously, what does it say? That demo unit not for resale.
These are just some.
That's the okay. And here's a Soldano with a Soldano.
Right,
And
we got some modules coming up, which we'll launch at NAMM. There will be, without saying too much, but there will be some Wagner modules. We will come up with, I think, what it is, Friedish stuff.
and the guys from England were here yesterday.
There is still some more. I probably forgot some.
Bogner.
The angle one, which is pretty exciting. We got the new Powerball. We just received it, and I don't want to say too much, but it's really cool. It's really cool. I like it.
Peter is excited.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Yeah, it's good. Do you want me to hold that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Different game, mid boost. Nice.
Yeah, and really two different channels. So a dedicated, more on the crunchy side channel, the blue channel, and the red one is pretty much what you expect from an Angle Powerball. It's got that really ultra high gain. Yeah.
Awesome, or look awesome, as they say in Finland. So
Maybe you take a shot of that beautiful pedal.
of this beautiful, but this is something that happened a while ago with Soldano.
Yes, it's not. Yes. He sent it to us to. Well, maybe we can come up with
A
something
much smaller
zero-ish.
version.
Well, I don't know. It's pretty much as big as my shoes are. So my feet. I mean, I like it. I like it. It's a statement, you know.
But you know, pedal boards. Come on, I mean,
Get a new one, a dedicated one,
a dedicated pedal board.
just for that one.
Plus, given the tubes, this is not a 9-volt thing, so you probably need
12.
AC, so you need its own powers. This is not a pedal board pedal. This is a
Oh, come on,
no.
don't be so detailed.
As if you don't know me,
Be
Peter.
open-minded, man.
Be open-minded. Yeah, let's make pedals bigger. Wait, you just made the Bogner pedal smaller. Let's make the
boring.
Soldano.
That's boring. That's what everybody
does that. Let's
So
make pedals bigger.
Right.
Wow. And then, of course, Imperial Mark II as the head thing. And by the way, any of you who don't have an AMPETE switcher, even though you have several amps, you're idiots. I am a little bit sad to say that more people are buying AMPETE switchers. It saddens me, yes, because it takes away one of my advantages on YouTube.
All right, I
when
got
I
it,
see
I got it,
when Pete Thorne's asking me, hey, so what switcher do I need? And I'm telling him what he should get with the remote. Of course, I'm not gonna tell him don't get one because he's a friend, but I don't have an advantage anymore. And Sean Tubbs has one, so luckily he doesn't use it like I do, which is good. Don't do it, Sean. Don't do it. But it was
to take them away from him.
Could you?
Let's see.
Could you take it? Send it back in. I need to fix something.
If we're going to come up with an updated version.
Nothing. And are we again? What? Okay, yeah, we're leaving. Yeah, so my advantage is not the same anymore, but I still have the sweater. So.
Right. So.
Well, thanks, Peter. We're heading out. We're going this way. We're going this way? I don't know. Yeah, we go this way. There's the yellow beetle. We have the laser cutty roomy thing, which is amazing because they can actually do everything in-house. And we've already shown this. We showed the printy thing because I still have the Henning's Our Favorite Crazy German plaque in my studio. But here we have like plasticky, vinyl-y things. And this thing will cut it all based on CAD programmy things. And that's how they make, what is that? Oh, here. Like a faceplate for, I don't know what. I don't know what that's for. Faceplate for something. Some ampy kind of, that looks like the back of some amp back. And this looks like that's a dirty Shirley front? Yeah. I know. Oh, because it says it on there. Oh, I thought I was so clever. And of course, same thing for the pedals. So all that stuff is done right here. They don't have to go anywhere for anything, which is great because when they want to do a prototype of something, they can actually do the prototype of an amp and have it look like the final thing, probably within a matter of hours, as long as you have the computer files.
A matter of minutes, and that also means as we do this all in-house, you could actually order a custom panel.
Yeah.
Color-wise,
they could order a custom panel in a custom color for a customer that they really love. I really want the Sky King. I want like a purple panel because that's my logo colors and it would be awesome. So I don't know who I have to have sexual relations with, but I'll do it. And here we have printing. Now, Dennis, the powder coating for the aluminum, is that happening here too? Okay, I was wondering because that's a big job. But holy crap, look at the beautiful sparkly blue on this. I don't know what that is, but that's cool. And we're looking at the back of the pedal, so I still don't know what that is. And it will remain a mystery. So, but they can print all the stuff on the pedals right here, which is pretty awesome. And, is it this? No, because that's not sparkly. This is an amazing pedal. I mean, it's not yet, but once you fill it up, it's amazing. And moving on, here we have pedal assembly, where obviously they also work in batches because it doesn't make sense to make like 3 pedals. Do you want me to close that door? This looks like an ethereal because I heard it's a good pedal. Brian. I don't have one. This could be an equator. It's almost as if I know my pedals. This is... This could be the frustration before it's... No, it's not. I don't know what this is. Do you have any idea what that is?
Could be the frustration.
You think it could? Near the frustration has a big knob here, and it wouldn't work.
You're right.
It technically makes, maybe it is, but the frustration, it's before it's printed. It needs printy stuff on it. So that's the Bogner. That's a something black. Tumnus Deluxe, I'm gonna say, yes. And here it's much easier because these say 4-spring reverb on them. This is clearly a very organized operation. Pantheon, that's based on the King of Rome. It's the Pope pedal. It's absolutely brilliant. Please watch my video. And that joke is still not funny. So here we have assembly. We got some power attenuators by Tone King, which I heard are great. Here's Steve, just standing around in the way. I see 1 or 2 Dietzel VH4 and VH4-2s. That is an amazing box. It's pretty damn big, yeah, but holy crap, does it metal. So, you know, knob assembly and all that stuff. Oh, something I wanted to point out. It's a little detail, but I think I should point it out, and I think it's these ladies who do it. Yes. I've noticed when I reviewed FGN guitars that companies use these little nuts. Is that a nut? Yes, nut. And then a washer underneath. And these washers come with a little bit of an edge of a little, like a little tag, like a clamp, which is supposed to hold it in place in some kind of industry, not on a pedal. There are companies who just leave these on. And then you have this little clampy thing on there that it's not going to hurt you or anything, but it just doesn't look neat. So if you look here, can you see that, Ennis? That's where it used to be. And it looks like here at Boutique, someone is manually taking these off. Because it was on there, that's how you take this part out of the box with the little clamp on there. And it does look, yes, like someone is actually taking pliers and taking them off so that there's not a little unnecessary little tag on it. Completely unnecessary to do, but an attention to detail that I really like, because I see this on pedals and it doesn't really bother me, but it doesn't have to be there. And they're thinking, well, if it doesn't have to be there, let's take it off. And so someone is taking a plier and taking it off. Just something I noticed lately, and I thought I'd point that out. So I'd like to find out who the lady is who takes it off. Hey, that sounds wrong. That just sounded really wrong. I'm so sorry. So, there's about 1 billion parts here. And we go to testing. Testing. That's amps that are assembled. Where are the amps being assembled? Right here, right? Who drew a penis on there? Come on. What the?
Little fun fact, Henning?
Fun fact.
Okay, so every amp that is assembled and pre-tested and burn in over 24 hours, they are tested by Dave himself. He play test every fucking amp and pedal. And once it got his approval, he'll sign the amp on the site. So any Friedman out there has this Dave's signature on it and his.
And there's
personal
2 that have
approval.
been nicked by me.
Yeah.
Once a year we do this. I mean, you're going to kick me, so I can't.
Yeah. Lick something, I'll drop your camera.
Okay, fine. Okay, so here we have some Dirty Shorty Minis, right? Whatever they're called, Dirty Minis. And the amps are being assembled here. That also used to be a darker workplace way back in the back. This is more spacious and much more light. That's a lot of stuff to assemble. Very, very cool. Okay, so we'll look at where things are being tested. With the vast amount of products, it must be kind of difficult for people to like, I'll do some Morgan amps 1 week. I mean, how quickly does the production schedule change? Day to day? Week by week?
Not quite sure, and but I'm pretty sure there are people who are like mainly building some brand, and the others do other stuff.
Okay. So things are also happening in parallel.
Yeah,
because
but
you have to learn way too many
everything
things.
is built to order. So all you see here is actually on a sales order. We don't build amps for stock, other than pedals, which are built for stock to supply them faster. But all amps are built to order.
Okay. So here we have testing, where if Dave got his lazy butt in here, he would be sitting here working. But he probably had a rough night. So that's Dave's place. As Dennis just said, we have Friedman pickups and guitars, and we look at guitars in a separate video, people. Got some really nice Metro D. Is that the one I played yesterday? Could be. Yep. So yeah, we'll talk to Dave later. Again, separate video. And I guess we're almost through. We'll mosey on over to the guitar place, but then there'll have to be a different video. Oh, the Tweed is in production now. There was one prototype last year. That's a neat amp. So we have, of course, boxes, tons of boxes with the logos of every different brand on it. They all need to be stored somewhere. This is a massive undertaking. This seems to be the Synergy Master here. The Sin Man. The Sininator.
Full of sins.
Full of sin. So you have to handle all these sinny things.
Basically, I do all the packaging, cleaning, and just getting it out the door.
Once you have received a lot of Synergy stuff and had to repackage it, I very much have respect for your job, because I hated when a package of that stuff. It's not like one amp and then back.
Yeah.
It's because they don't let me keep it, so I have to put it nicely back in the package, says Dennis, So yeah, fine then.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I did get, when I got all the Synergy stuff, I think I got 12 modules and all the hardware, and in every single one there was a post-it note, don't lick it.
Don't lick it.
Yeah, because I lick gear to
You tend to lick things too.
Just to lick things.
Yeah.
Okay.
In every single one, I had an individual post-it note that said, don't lick it.
Okay. Nice one. That's always good to have a little reminder, Don't lick it, just in case.
Yeah. Next time I will, Dennis. Next time I will. Thanks, man.
Hey, have fun.
So, we are nearing the end of the video. It's getting quieter here, as you can tell. This is then more storage here. So, and here would be the brand new guitar room that they built. But we're not going to go in there now. Well, I will go in there now, but for you, that's another video. We're going to look at some nice Friedman guitars. And I want to thank Dennis, because I kind of have to, because he's still holding the camera and it's worth quite a bit. Thank you, Dennis. And Avi and the whole team. It's always fun to be here and see what they're doing, and now it's progressed and it's a very different operation. I hope that gave you some insight. I'm going to link to the brand below and also animals at the end. That's pretty much.